RPM Speedway and spending your weekend with us. We are wrapping up 3 nights of racing action for Rick Salem and the Rebels. Let's do it one more time. We'll put Grandma in the fast lane, baby. Get the bingo game ready to roll. Let's hear them, RPM Speedway. Make some noise for the 6th annual Wheat Shocker Nationals at RPM Speedway. Brian Herbert, Ray Seaman. Got some young guns mixed in there with Stephen Richardson, Jake Buback, and Kobe Walters. Those guys have been coming on lately. Green flag drops. Your 6th annual Wheat Shocker Nationals is underway from RPM Speedway. Field comes down the front straightaway. Everybody's searching for a starting spot. The green light has not gone on yet. Your leader, 88J Jeremy Hewish. I don't think that they will turn this one on. Lights out in the corners. Hewish still your race leader. 27A Mike Hathaway. Trouble on the start. And keep it green, they need to turn the light on. Lights aren't working out on the speedway, and so they're waving the flags frantically down to the bottom of turn number 4 and all around the corners out here at RP. Green will try to fire it up again. 6th annual Wheat Shocker Nationals comes back to green on a single file nose to tail restart. Jeremy Hewish, your leader. Kobe Walters hot on his heels. Top 3 cars. It's Hewish, Walters, and Werner down the back straightaway. Joey Schmidt, Ray Seaman, 9X of Jake Buback, 2 laps down. Now Brian Herbert, CJ Johnson, Luke Cranston, 0 of Richardson will watch this pack. Big guns in the middle of the pack as they battle for position. Johnson slips underneath of Brian Herbert. Will go to the front as they'll come around for lap number 3. Hewish takes the lap. Cody Walters in the runner-up slot. Shows Hewish the nose. Violently as they slam it into turns 1 and 2. Hewish retains the lead. 4 down now as the leaders roll off of 4. It's Hewish, then Walters, Jed Werner, Jake Buback, Joey Schmidt, CJ Johnson. Currently riding in the 6th slot. Herbie bicycling it underneath of the 85 of Ray Seaman. Battle for 7th and 8th, and Cranston checks your top 10. Big guns in the back. The guys will try to reel in the field. Side by side with Herbert and Ray Seaman battling for 8th and 9th respectively. It's the 97 of Herbert, then Ray Seaman, then Gavin Stout. One moment around the 20 of Cranston. Cranston holds on to the spot. Meanwhile, back at the front, the 33 of Kobe Walters and the 88J of Jeremy Hewish side by side. Walters around the top side. A power move on the 88J. Hewish tucks it back into the 2nd slot. He'll go back to work on your new leader as they'll come off of turn number 4. It is 6 down. They'll work on 7 laps scored, this time by 33 of Kobe Walters, 88J Jeremy Hewish. Battle for 2nd and 3rd. Trouble over the top side at turn number 2. We have a car off the pack. It's the 45X of CJ Johnson. You do not see the 45X of Johnson over the top side of turn number 2. Not quite sure what went. 33 of Walters. Brake checks the field. You see him bottleneck up on the back straightaway. He'll now pick up the throttle. 6 down, 24 to go. Wheat Shocker Nationals, green again. Walters right up to the top side. 88J Jeremy Hewish, a little slow on the restart. Jed Werner sidles up along the outside of the 88J, side by side down the back straightaway battle for 2nd and 3rd. It's Hewish down on the bottom, right in the middle of the groove. It's Jed Werner. 7 down now. Jed Werner takes over the runner-up slot, dropping Hewish back to the 2nd slot. He'll try a move on the bottom side, having a hard time breaking the car to keep it on the low line. Just about slides up and knocks out Jed Werner. Still green, still clean. Kobe Walters, your leader. 8 laps down. It's Jed Werner up in the 2nd slot. Jeremy Hewish, a slide job by the 9X of Jake Buback, taking over 3rd momentarily. Hewish powers back on the inside as he crosses over the 9X. Buback drops back to 5th as he is passed by the 20 of Luke Cranston. Luke Cranston now drops back to 5th as Buback back around the 9X. Buback to the top side in turns 1 and 2. Trouble, your leader. Kobe Walters off the pace, dead in the water on the back straightaway, taking advantage of the Walters miscue. The 50 of Jed Werner, the caution flag will fly for the slow 33 on the back straightaway. And Kobe Walters, Heartbreak City, as he doesn't know whether to cry or wind his watch. Walters leading, drops 6th Wheat Shocker Championship. We'll go back to green, single file style, nose to tail on the restart. Breaking him around turn number 4. Jed Werner, Jeremy Hewish drops down to the inside. Try a little slide job as Werner's car is slow on the start. Slide job for Jeremy Hewish. Werner flips back underneath of him as he'll break the car and point the nose downward. But now Jake Bubak underneath all of the drivers. He'll go from third to first on lap number 10. You have a new leader into turn number 1. The 9X of Jake Bubak out of Arvada, Colorado, reigning national champion with the Rebels. Jed Werner back to the runner-up slot. Jeremy Hewish, then Luke Cranston, Brian Herbert, your top 5. As Richardson battles side by side with Ray Seaman mid-pack and battle for 6th and 7th. Now back up to speed. Bubak will jump out on the field, stretching the advantage that Jed Werner and AJ Jeremy Hewish rides third. Your top 4 will be Luke Cranston, Brian Herbert's the top 5. 6th is Zach Blurt, 7th Richardson, number 95 of Gavin Stout, then 85 of Ray Seaman and Joey Schmidt with your top 10. Leader coming around again. This will be 12 laps complete. They'll work on number 13. We get close to the halfway point of the 16th Shocker Nationals at RPM Speedway. Juking his way out to the front. It's the 9X of Bubak. Shoots off a turn at number 4. Bubak, then Werner, Luke Cranston up to third as he flips by the 88J of Jeremy Hewish. Number 97 of Brian Herbert will slip underneath of the 88J. This is a battle for 4th and 5th. Herbert's up to 4th. Bubak will start to see the lap traffic here, the slower cars momentarily. We'll see if that will come into play here, if they can get a nice green flag run going. Flags crossed at the halfway point of your Week Shocker Nationals. Jed Werner way up to the top side. Slide job, the number 20 Luke Cranston up to the runner-up slot. Here comes Cool Hand Luke Cranston. A quick car in the number 20 will now go to work on the 9X. Your leader, Jake Bubak, down the back straightaway. 16 laps scored. We have 14 remaining as Bubak sets a wicked pace around turn number 4 onto the front straightaway. 17 laps down. Bubak into turn 22. Then we'll go back to Cranston. Jed Werner, the 97 of Herbert, the 88J of Jeremy Hewish, your top 5. Zach Blurt. Cars battling here all over the racetrack. Flipping by underneath of the 50 of Werner. Trouble as the orange cones are now out onto turn number 3. Brian Herbert had just gotten around the 50 of Jed Werner. We'll see if they'll count the lap or if they'll revert back. But Bubak idling, now picking up the throttle. They cannot start racing until they pass the orange cone in turn number 4. Good restart by the 9X. Both Cranston and Bubak hit the low side in turns 1 and 2. Jed Werner climbs the ladder, opens the door. Herbie is by again. We are back underway. 6th annual Week Shocker Nationals at RPM Speedway. Bubak leads them, then Cranston. It's Herbert. Godell, trouble going around in between turns 3 and 4. It's the 1S. That is Joey Schmidt. The 1S, Joey Schmidt, comes to a stop in turn number 4. And I don't know how the rest of the field didn't flip by. As we go back to green, the Week Shocker Nationals, 17 down. Your leader, Jake Bubak, and the 20 of Cranston. Herbert now clearing the 50 of Jed Werner again. Werner being dogged by the 2J of Zach Blurt. That's Tornado Power in the 2J, working on 4th and 5th. Blurt getting around. Stephen Richardson trying to get by as well as they are shaking up your top 5 positions. Burton uses that Tornado Power down the back straightaway. Into 4th goes the former Jetmore Kings driver. Slipping underneath, slide job, not much room for the 0 of Richardson. He makes it stick, hammers down. Werner tries to fight back on the inside of Richardson, but he'll slam the door. Down the back straightaway, those are your top 2 cars. The 9X and Jake move out to 20 of Cranston. Then it's the 50 of Jed Werner. He's dropping back through the field, dropping like a rock as Ty Williams, Stephen Richardson, the 2J of Horton, and Brian Herbert have all gotten by. Coming around again. Your leader off of turn number 4 as they'll shake him down. 21 scored. We'll look for 9 to go. The 9X of Bubak continues to set the pace. Good track out there this evening. Everybody down on the bottom. A lot of moisture on the low groove tonight. They are really not taking advantage of the top side cushion hardly at all. Leader comes around, gets Bubak again. There's 23 laps that they will score. 22 complete. They're working on 23. 9X Bubak, your leader down the back straightaway. 3 wins for the 9X so far in 2014. Cranston in that runner-up slot. Herbert is third. 2 Jake, Zach Lurton's fourth. Top 5, Stephen Richardson, Ty Williams, Jed Werner, and the 88J Jeremy Hewish, Gavin Stout, Josh Fairbank, Ray Seaman, Nate Berry, Bob Schaefer, Randalls, and Mike Hathaway will check the field. Leader coming again, 9X of Bubak. You'll see the slower cars in front of him. We'll see if he'll get hung up at all. Tries to get underneath of the 27 of Mike Hathaway. Shimmies his way underneath of the 27, picks off the 007 of Randalls, and he is through. Cranston will come up on the slower cars as they'll exit turn number 4. Leader on the front straightaway with 26 scored. Laps winding away. We only have 4 to go, and Bubak's in control. Puts Joey Schmidt a lap down as he'll continue to cycle the field. Cranston tries to make his way through the lap traffic, cannot get through to the clean air. Cranston hung up behind Hathaway and Randalls. Bubak into turns 1 and 2 as he charges toward the 6th annual Wheat Shocker Championship. Now Cranston is by Hathaway, works on the 007 of Randalls. Laps winding away though. We will have 27 down coming up. Bubak gets caught up behind the 12 of Schaefer. Cranston closing down the back straightaway, go to the top 2. Bubak underneath of Schaefer now. Cranston works the 007 of Randalls. Heavy lap traffic. Leader on the front straightaway. White flag is out, and this will be it. Jake Bubak has one more time, another 3/8 of a mile to claim the 6th Wheat Shocker Championship. Down the back straightaway he'll go. No challenge from Cranston. And Bubak is checked out. He will check in to victory lane at RPM Speedway and pick up 4 features in 2014. Then Luke Cranston, the runner-up, 3rd place. Brian Herbert, 4th. Zach Lurton, your top 5 will be the 0 of Richardson. Then the 911 of Ty Williams. It's the 50 of Jed Werner, the 51 of Fairbank, the 88J Jeremy Hewish, and the 95 of Gavin Stout will check the top 10. As the 9X, your reigning national champion for the United Rebel Sprint Series, has claimed the trophy, the hardware this evening, and picked up the 6th annual Wheat Shocker Championship. We will join your winner down in victory lane at RPM Speedway in just a moment as winner of the 6th Wheat Shocker Nationals at RPM Speedway. Wing dance time! Round of applause, RPM Speedway, out of the car. He can hear you right now. One very excited family down in victory lane this evening. Round of applause. Come around here, Mr. 9X, Jake Bubak, as he picks up his 4th URSS feature this season, and he'll make it 11 for his young career. Unbuckling, unstrapping in the car. We'll get him over here, and we will talk to your reigning national champion with the United Rebel Sprint Series, Jake Bubak in the 9X. A great run out there this evening. Jake, tell me about it.
Yeah, thanks. That was great. Thanks to the track for pulling it together and giving us a great racetrack for that feature. Last time was really fun. I just made a lot of mistakes, and I think we were really good. And glad we can come back and get it done tonight.
Well, you really had to work your way into the main event this evening. You got into that top 10 and qualified last night. That made it a lot easier. You didn't have to run those qualifiers tonight.
Yeah, definitely. We were stuck in the B mains both nights so far, and don't really like being in those. Bad things can happen, but we were able to get in. I don't know. Somehow we got into the top 10 last night after all night. But
you hung it together. You pick up your 4th feature win for the Rebels this year in 2014. That's the most of any driver, especially with some of the talent that we got out here. That speaks volumes from your reigning national champion.
Yeah, definitely. It's usually Luke Cranston has all the main event wins, and it's cool that he and I both got wins for Myers Race Engines, and it's been a great weekend for all of us.
So it's also been a great weekend for some of the sponsors that you have on the 9X. So talk about those this evening, Jake.
Yeah, JAT Trucking. We also have Denver West Towing here tonight with us. Haney Construction, Simpson, Ultra Shield Race Seats. My dad, I never thank my dad, but he always gives me a great car, and just a great night.
One more time, round of applause. We'll let the family get in here. Give him the hardware. Round of applause one more time. RPM Speedway. He'll pick up his 4th URSS A-Main win in 2014 and pick up the coveted Wheat Shocker Championship, his 1st for our reigning URSS national champion. Congratulations to all of our competitors out here, and especially one more time for Jake Bubak out of Arvada, Colorado.
I believe